Remember back in the day when Kias were, shall we say, not the most sought-after cars? Yeah, that time has come and gone. Today, I would argue that Kia is kicking keister and taking names in the great game of automotive dominance. They've been selling cars with the most outrageous warranty in the business for decades, which is old news. But man, between the design, the jam-packed level of content, and the cutting-edge technology, Kia has been on a tear of late. In particular, let us pour one out for the now retired Kia Stinger, a truly sweet ride. But we're not here to talk about the Stinger, or the Forte with the 6-speed stick, or the surprisingly potent and sharp-dressed K5. Nope, today on the Empty Garage, we're all about battery power and the head-turning EV9. If you haven't heard, the EV9 is pretty darn nifty, even for a gearhead. But before we get too far down this electrified rabbit hole, could you kindly click the subscribe button? The team here at the Empty Garage thanks you. One Kia I haven't mentioned yet that is, well, just awesome is the Telluride. You know you're an over-the-hill car nerd with dad shoes when you get excited about a 3-row SUV. But that's me in a nutshell, and come on, who doesn't think the Telluride is excellent? But you know what's more excellent than the Telluride? The Kia EV9. Forget being impressive for an SUV. The EV9 takes the Telluride and elevates it a peg or 3. It's an amazing machine. Some might even call it electrifying. I'm here all night, and dad jokes are free of charge. Though it resembles the Telluride and is about the same size, the EV9 has an extra 8 inches between the wheels. And those wheels are shoved about as far into the corners as is safely possible. Thank you very much, Electric Global Modular Platform, for your 1,200-pound sheet of batteries and flat floor pan for making this possible. And thank you, Kia, for endowing your new 3-row electric ride with 21-inch rims for even more style. Take that athletic stance, tack on some of the most epic lighting elements this side of a Pink Floyd concert, and the Kia EV9 goes full throttle into the realm of futuristic sci-fi spaceship style. Just get a load of that front end. Kia calls it Tiger Face. That's a weird name, but the headlights, they're not weird. They're awesome. Like, can I put them on every car awesome? These Star Map Cube LEDs with animated digital pattern lighting are not standard, but are as cool as the long-winded name sounds. Drivers can even personalize the show. Out back are a set of triangular skinny LED taillights for even more lighting punch. Never have I ever been this fired up about car lighting. It's all part of a look that Kia describes as, quote, guided by visualizing the simplicity of nature's perfection through the lens of the elements of nature. That's press release verbatim. It makes no sense to me either, but who cares? The EV9 is one good-looking ride, which is what matters. It's also something of an outlier as the only true family-friendly EV without an outrageous price tag. I'm not saying 56 grand is chump change, but compared to a Tesla Model X or Rivian R1S that require at least $81,000, the EV9 is a downright bargain. So what does $56,000 get you? Admittedly, it's not the headlining EV9 GT line model. No, that all-wheel drive rocket starts at $75,000. And yes, it's still a Kia. But before we get to that model, let's take a look under the floor of the EV9 in its base light trim. Like every EV9 and the Kia electric platform in general, an impressive 800-volt electrical architecture underpins the light model. That means you can hang out at the local charging station and impress everyone with your Kia's ultra-fast charging capability. It translates to 100 miles of driving range in 13 minutes, which is about as long as it takes my family to just get out of the car on a road trip. Meaning, family vacations are doable. In fact, Kia's electric vehicle architecture can take the battery in the EV9 from 10% to 80% capacity in about 24 minutes. Not bad. The entry-level EV9 Lite model puts that juice to work on just a single electric motor spinning the rear wheels. These models have a 76.1 kilowatt-hour battery pack and are good for 215 horsepower with 230 miles of driving range. Step up to the light long-range model for less power, 201 horses, but more range, 304 miles. For those who like to go fast, however, please direct your attention to the Wind, Land, and GT line EV9s. These models have both funny names and a beefier 99.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. They're also packing a second motor up front for all-wheel drive and more power. 379 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque to be exact. Range comes in between 270 and 280 miles, and in boost mode, torque jumps to 516. And here is where the EV9 demographic gets to channel their Nintendo playing childhood. Like any number of old school video games, you can press the boost button to unlock an extra 73 pound-feet of torque in the EV9. Doing so catapults this big SUV to 60 in just 5 seconds. And going faster is really the only reason behind this feature. I love it. Need more performance? The GT line model comes standard with all the torque and a quoted 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds. Which means you can drop the kids and all their friends off at soccer practice and then go blow the doors off of just about anything while you're waiting. Speaking of toting around the soccer team, the EV9 seats up to 7 with the standard second row bench. But good luck passing on the available second row captain's thrones. These VIP Barca loungers are heated and ventilated, have power extending footrests, and recline way back. You won't be leaning back in the lap of leather, however, as Kia has made the EV9 its poster child of sustainable ways. That means you'll find materials like BTX-free trim, non-leather polyurethane seating surfaces, and partially recycled fabrics. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I can say it looks upscale, and the lack of animal hides would make my vegetarian daughter very happy. Go for the two-tone black and brown or navy blue look, and I dare say the EV9 looks luxurious. Certainly features like an illuminated Kia logo on the steering wheel, dual moonroofs, triple zone automatic climate control, and ambient lighting that radiates throughout the cabin adds to this ritzy vibe. And how about all that technology? With the latest in digital key software, you can get in and be off with nothing in your hands, not to mention texting EV9 access to your buddies. The self-deploying flush door handles are pretty neat too. Once inside, behold the 30 inches of screen real estate behind a single pane of glass. Hope you like tapping and swiping everything, because you're not going to find a lot of physical buttons in the EV9. Options include a full-color 12-inch head-up display, an all-digital rear-view mirror, and a thumping 14-speaker audio system from Meridian. There are USB charging ports all over the place, including in the third row, and you can yell at your Alexa to warm the car up on cold winter days. And for all those times you need to set up a television in the woods to watch the Super Bowl with decorative lights strung between the trees while charging your phone and blow-drying your hair, the onboard power generator is ready for action. Known as vehicle-to-load functionality, the giant battery pack in the EV9 can be used to set up that wacky tailgate in the woods that Kia so nicely illustrates in their promotional materials. Kidding aside, it's a pretty excellent feature. But for the full-on technological tour-de-force display, Kia notes that the 2024 EV9 has a staggering 25 standard collision avoidance and driver assistance features. The forward collision mitigation system can detect vehicles, pedestrians, cyclists, idiots in intersections, and unexpected cars while passing and changing lanes. There's blind spot monitoring and a blind spot camera that'll give you a live feed of what's hiding in those blind spots. There is the usual lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control, but also safe exit warning and safe exit assist. No need to worry about rogue cyclists T-boning your door anymore. But the highway driving pilot system is the magnum opus of this electronic web of safety. Currently, it's capable of Highway Driving Assist 2, which blends adaptive cruise control with lane centering and lane change assist. No big deal. However, it's hiding even more capability for the future. Between the 15 sensors, including a pair of LiDAR arrays, this highway driving pilot system will be ready to hand the reins over to the EV9 with Level 3 autonomy just as soon as the government rubber stamps it. Which could be never. But in the meantime, the Kia EV9 will be a regular circus of beeps, vibrations, dings, arrows, flashing warnings, bleeps, blops, and whatever other sensory warnings the automaker can cook up to keep your sweet new ride accident-free. I can't pretend to like the bewildering array of driver assistance features baked into the 2024 Kia EV9, but I can honestly say that the rest of the vehicle looks like a knockout and one I look forward to getting behind the wheel of. Thanks for watching.